and I am back because we are planning to be debt free in 2023. Yeah, that's the new catchphrase. So I want you guys to follow me, join me on here so we can have some fun and silly a little bit. But the main goal is to teach you about how home-based businesses can improve your financial life. So tune in. Hey y'all, I know you guys are not used to seeing me this time of day. I'm taking a lunch break just so the job can know I'm off the clock. But I'm taking a lunch break today to come in and talk about something a little different. I know y'all are used to me and Tony jumping on here talking about money, but today I'm trying to broaden my horizon a little bit for 2023. So I have a special guest today. Her name is Gio. She has 3 successful YouTube channels online, and I have been following her now for a little over a year. So I noticed how she is able to manage these businesses and channels, and it seems like she's always on point. So I'm like, who better to ask how to work on staying focused than somebody that's juggling as many things as she is. So I want you guys to welcome Gio as she joins me for Boss Life Online. Hey, Gio.
Hey, everybody. I'm Gio, the Boss Life Online. Thank you so much, Melissa, for having me on your show, girl. I am so happy to be here.
Well, I'm glad to have you. You know, focusing is something that I don't say I always have an issue with, but at the same time, you know, here and there. And I don't know if for me, I have too many irons in the fire or I'm not, organized enough. So I'm coming to the master here because we know you have a lot going on.
Yeah, I do. Focus. Wow. You know, I had to learn how to stay focused, okay? Because my mind, even sometimes when I'm talking or giving a motivational speech, sometimes my mind just go way over there because, I be like, oh, I got to do this. I got to do that. But when I find that I'm doing that, I just, just take a breather. And then I gone on to what I was going to get ready to say. But yes, that does happen to me. But let's talk about what is focus first,
okay,
so that people will know. Okay, and I got this off the internet. The definition: focus means thinking about one thing, not 50 things like I do sometimes. Focus means thinking about one thing and not making mistakes. Okay.
Ooh.
Why is it so important to stay focused? There are lots of reasons why focus is important. For one, if you want to achieve something, you got to stay focused. That is the key. If you start off doing something and then you got a distraction over there, child, please, you ain't gonna even finish it. And I'm telling you, I done made all the mistakes for y'all. Okay, you cannot get. Yeah, you cannot get anywhere without focus.
So you have studied and perfected not being focused just to give us a better idea of how to stay focused. We appreciate your work.
Right. I've already was not distracted and not focused and all of that when I first started out.
Okay.
So that's why I say I made all the mistakes for y'all. You don't have to go through all of that if you just listen, and try to implement these things that we're going to talk about today in your life. Then you'll finish stuff and you'll feel like, did that. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You give yourself some kudos there. Okay, now, secondly, it says when you have your focus in place, it makes everything else easier. And it does. And the last, it says distractions. For the people in the back, distractions can lead to wasted time and energy.
Okay.
Okay. Now, after, now that we know what focus is, it means focusing on one thing, and I gave you some reasons why it is
Mm-hmm.
harder to stay focused. We're gonna go to point one. How do we stay focused, Melissa?
Okay.
Point one, we set the limits for internet usage. Now, if you work on the internet like you and I do, and
Mm-hmm.
you have to, because if you got YouTube channels and everything today is internet, right? There are a lot of information on the internet. There's lots of information. So people might get distracted. Now, can you
Mm-hmm.
tell me how that works in your life?
As far as the internet.
Okay, if you on the internet and you going on the internet for a certain thing that you need to do, and then you see this headline, do you often go to it and read the headline before you go do what you got to really do?
It depends. Now, I'm gonna tell you, my mind is so can get so scattered that I will literally be thinking, okay, I'm gonna pick up my phone and I'm gonna Google. Let's say I'm Googling a place, you know, checking out a place. I will literally pick up the phone and see that I got a notification from like Instagram or something. So now I'm holding the phone. I click on the notification. I see what that's about, which is gonna lead me to something else. And then 5 minutes later, I'm like, now what did I pick up my phone to do?
Right, right. So those are called distractions.
Yes.
Okay, so what and I'm gonna tell you, I do that sometimes, not like I used to. Say for
Mm-hmm.
instance, when I get up in the morning and I do my morning routine in the bathroom and all of this and stuff, and now I'm ready to work.
Mm-hmm.
Turn on my computer. I already know what I'm gonna do because I got it on my tablet here. I know
Right.
exactly what I need to do that day.
Okay.
On the internet, and then all of these headlines is coming up. You know what I'm saying? This one then killed himself. This one, this. Here I am. Instead of going on, see, this is how you waste time. Instead of going and doing what I'm supposed to be doing on my tablet that I've already prepared, here I am reading this. It's at 2 hours and past.
Right.
Ain't got a thing done. Okay.
Yeah.
I lost my focus, because I was reading this, and this. Now I got to play catch up.
Uh-huh. I do that all the time. And let me just say, I see Tony out there. Tony, you supposed to be working. But hey, Tony, thank you for joining.
Right.
Um, Now I will see that you said a couple of things. You said you showed your tablet, you already write your stuff down. That was one of the questions I was gonna ask you. Like when you're trying to prioritize your day, how do you use like a schedule? Do you have a checklist? I know a lot of people do things like that, and I like we said before, you have three different. Well, you got more channels now, but you have three monetized channels, right?
Trying to
And
get more monetized this year.
okay, and so how do you prioritize?
Well, you have to practice
Mm-hmm.
being organized.
Okay.
You have to practice having a desk that don't have a lot of distractions on it.
Oh, honey,
You
I,
have to
I don't
have
even want to
a
show
desk.
you my desk.
On my desk, I have my tablet, and
Uh
you can look. And this was all I did yesterday. Okay.
huh.
And then what I didn't finish, I put it on today. I got my phone because I need it. Okay.
Okay.
I got my CTFO gummies for my anxiety that I take every day.
Okay.
I got water. Okay, if you can see it, let's see. Yeah, water.
Mm-hmm.
I got a marker because I have my little board that I use. If you
Mm-hmm.
can see
Like
it.
a whiteboard.
Yeah, whiteboard. I got it from Dollar Tree. Yeah, here it is. Here.
Okay.
Okay, and then I put down everything I'm gonna. If I got lives or collaboration like we're doing, I put that on that. But I keep that where I can just look down and see it. Okay, and and I have my little pen here for my phone for Instagram. What they call these style X's? Yeah,
Yes.
that's it. That's all I got on my desk.
Yeah,
And
I would be embarrassed to even show you what this desk area looks like. I got everything from pill bottles, uh 5 hour energy, cell phone, earbud, two different earbuds.
right.
I'm not even gonna go on to tell you what else is on here. So my desk itself is a distraction.
Right. This cannot be a distraction. And then I have my computer and my mouse on my desk. But my desk is just, it's when I look at it, all I can see is what I'm going to work with today. All I can see is this tablet telling me, oh, you need to get to work. So you have to be organized. Now, it, this is a journey to get where I got. See, y'all have to realize I've been working for myself a long time. I have had have excellent mentors.
Okay.
Okay. So they already have taught me, oh, you can't handle this like that, honey, because that's gonna distract you. You write and see, I'm old school. I like to write down. A lot of people like to put their stuff on their calendar and all of that. However, I don't care how you do it, but you got to be organized because
Right.
everybody is different. I like to write stuff down, and what I didn't finish, I just take it to the next day. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to stress myself out. I do the very, very important things first.
Okay.
The less, like that. And then if I
Okay.
don't finish the less, I don't have to be stressed out because number one is probably not due for another week. So
So you're that far ahead.
yeah, I put it on the next day. Now, having 3 channels is okay. If you work on a normal job, it's going to be difficult,
Yeah.
because you got job, husband, children, all of this stuff. I don't have all of that because I have had all of that before. I don't
Okay.
have no husband. My
Okay.
husband passed away. Okay. So I don't have that. I don't have no children in the house because my daughter gave me 4 grandkids, but they all gone. Thank you. And so, they all stay by themselves and doing well. And
Right.
I just got my own 2-bedroom apartment, which one is my office by myself. So I can do whatever I want, when I want, and there is no distraction for me.
So
But
you basically simplified your life.
yes.
I
Yeah.
get it.
So with 3 channels, everybody be like, she got 3 channels, and then she want 2 more. Now I want 10. Okay.
Right.
Because what I do is on Mondays, I work on Boss Life Online.
Okay.
On Wednesdays, I work on Geo's vlogs. And then
Okay.
on Fridays, I do Team Build with Geo. Child, I'm cool. Because I'm not trying to put all my focus on all 3 channels in 124 hours. You cannot do that.
I have this channel, and we kickstarted a channel for Tie Now. Shameless plug. Go to tie9.com and order your hand sanitizer. I always
Well,
have to throw that in there. Uh, so we started a little channel for them, and I couldn't even do the two. So for you to have technically 5 and 3 of them being monetized, and Tony says things being out of order can be a disorder. What kind of anxiety pills does Geo say she takes?
well, my home business is CTFO, and
Okay.
CTFO deals with a lot of CBD products.
Okay.
CBDA specifically because it's better than just CBD by themselves. And this particular gummies are CBDA 500 gummies. Okay, and y'all know CBD is used for a lot of things. Okay.
Right.
At first I was just using their skincare because see, I look younger than what I really am.
You
But I'm
really do. Because when
telling
you said 4 grandkids, I'm like, there's out of
you,
here.
because I use CBD skincare
Okay.
and it really works, as you can see. Okay,
Yeah.
but these I didn't try these until my niece who has two children that are autistic.
Okay.
And she was asking me if they had anything at my company CBD that she think that the girls would like. And I said, yeah, they got a CBD gummy. So she ordered them and
Mm.
gave them to her, and they was more or less active, oh, and all of this here kind of stuff. They just
Kind
kind
of
of
calm
like,
them down.
yeah, chill. They chill. I say, well, shoot, because I'm gonna tell you a quick story. The
Okay.
first time I found out that I had anxiety, my anxiety is not real big,
Hmm.
but it can get there, especially if I'm going over hills and high stuff.
Okay.
I have to close my eyes because I feel like, God, I'm a foul or something. I don't know. But anyway, uh I went to the doctor for it. So they sent me to the psychiatrist. I said, I didn't say I was crazy. But I went anyway because I'm gonna keep an open mind. And so
Okay.
he gave me some of these pills. I said, "Oh, these don't work." Child, I got home, took that stuff. I could learn something. I'm an entrepreneur.
Like I can't be around here snoozing through the day.
I can't be sleeping at my
You
computer.
got to be on it.
So when she told me, girl, those gummies work, I said, oh, I'm buying some. And I've been on these gummies for about 2 years now. And
Okay.
and when I go over the high heels and stuff like, it still kind of bothers me, but it don't
Okay.
send me into a panic.
Now,
For
are
some
they for?
reason, these things work.
Are they for? Is there an age restriction on those? Like over a certain age?
No, not that I
Oh,
know of.
that's right.
Anybody
Because
can
you
take.
said your
Not
grandkids.
my, no, not my nieces. They take it.
You- Okay.
But you can read about it and see what they say. But she gives them to them. They artistic, both of her kids, and
Hmm.
there's some beautiful girls too. And so nothing happens to them, but they like 5 and 6.
Okay. Okay. I was asking because my daughter has issues with anxiety as well.
Right.
So she's going on 13. That's why I was asking, was there an age restriction on it? Hey, the hood table's in here. Now the hood table says she completely understands because she has 8 channels herself. Now I follow the hood table. She has had a cake decorating. She did reviews, all those things. So she's another one that I could lean to get some advice on being focused. But she says you have beautiful skin.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, what can I say, girl? I work hard for this skin. All I do is pay for it. Okay. Pay for the skincare. That's it. But
Well, yeah, you do have beautiful skin, which I must say I'm not a colorist, but I'm partial to us chocolate sisters now.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. But it takes
because
work.
that's where I fall.
All you have to do is, if you do stuff consistently and your focus is, see,
Uh,
everything is about focus. And
that
your
C
focus,
word,
yeah, is to get
consistency.
right. It's to get good skin. Then you do that regimen every night. And all I do is just wash my face,
Hmm.
and then just put on the dermatology. It's in the what is it called? Derma something.
Okay.
Dermavive. That's what it's called. I didn't have it, and I just lost my thought.
Okay.
Dermavive is what it's called. And all I do is just put it under my eyes, pat it, put it on my
Okay.
and pat it everywhere and go to sleep.
Okay. And
That's it.
this is a CBD product as well.
Every night I do it, and I buy it every month so that
Okay.
I make sure that I have it. And at first, when they first came out with it, I was like, I'm gonna try it. Child, I
Hmm.
ain't stopped buying that stuff. So I buy these, my gummies, and that every month
Okay.
from
Well,
myself. I sell my own stuff. So
oh yeah, you have to be. Tony always said you have to be a product of your product.
right,
So who can give a better testimony than you if you're using the product, right?
right. And that brings me to focusing on let's go back to my channels, okay?
Okay.
So I have a schedule. So
Okay.
on Mondays, I do Boss Life Online. So I try to stay a week ahead of myself.
Okay.
Okay. So I know on Boss Life Online, and see, when you have 3 channels, you have to make your channels easy.
Okay.
Okay, so all I do on there is meditation because I got to give it to God because He saved my life. And I said, if you do this,
Amen.
then I'm going to tell everybody it was you. So thank you, Jesus.
Thank you,
Okay,
Jesus.
so I do a meditation video every Wednesday. Okay,
Okay.
and I do business tips. Okay, on Tuesdays for beginners.
And this is boss life.
This is on Boss Life Online. And
Okay.
then I do business interviews or conversations like I did with you. And
Okay. Yeah.
that's all I'm gonna do on there.
Okay. And that's one day a week.
Another thing is I go live. Going live is the easiest thing to do.
Okay.
Because you don't have to make up nothing, you don't have to edit nothing, just go live. So I know that if I'm going live, I plan it, and maybe I'll go live on Wednesdays or something like that. But
Okay.
that's all I do for Boss Life Online.
All right.
GL vlogs is I just vlog my life. See, that's easy. And all I do is edit and put it on the site.
So that's the second channel.
Yeah. Team Build with Geo, all I do is go live every Friday and be with my team, and we get playlist buddies and get off.
Now that's how I originally, I met you on Pandy's channel,
Yeah.
and you guys were doing drop the link, and
Right.
then from there I ended up subscribing and joining a membership for Team Build with Geo because you. Let me tell y'all, if there's anyone out there who is looking to start a YouTube channel between that channel and the Information Girls, the other one,
Yeah,
that where you give a lot of the YouTube and tips.
right. Information girls.
Y'all should definitely follow Gio because she tells you things that you won't even really think about. That she has the ins, the outs, everything. So that leads me to this question too. How do you make time to find the content for those channels where you're sharing all the information?
Information girls. We just read it from the community guidelines.
Okay.
I just
But
go back there and then I see Information Girls. That's my other YouTube channel, but it's with Marlene and I have a partner on
okay.
the channel. It's
And
Marlene.
I've got all of your channels scrolling across the bottom there. If anybody wants to jot them down and go back and check them out.
Right. And what we had a conversation, Marlene and I, about our channel. I said, girl, I think we're doing too much on this channel. So let's go back to we were on the phone. I said, I'm going to go to
Okay.
the community guidelines and read about what is it how you supposed to really have a channel. And this
Okay.
was back in 2020. And
Okay.
I came to YouTube in 2019. And so I think, no, this may have been 2021. And so she was on the phone, on the speaker phone, and I was just reading. And I said, girl, I think we're doing too much on our channel. I think we need to niche down and do
Okay.
do business on Boss Life Online. Take my vlogs from Boss Life Online, because that's where I had all my vlogs, and put
Okay.
them on Geo's vlogs, H-Town. And
Yeah.
that's what I did. I did
Okay.
not remove my vlogs from Boss Life Online. I just started making, when I made new vlogs, I would
Yeah.
put them on Geo's vlogs. Okay, of course, Boss Life Online took a hit in
Mm-hmm.
views because my vlogs was getting pretty good, views
Yeah.
over there. But I wanted it to be just about business and meditation.
Right.
So what happened was, because of Team Build with Geo, and we got playlist buddies over there where we swap, that saved Boss Life Online because I was
Okay.
still getting traffic to it, right?
Gotcha.
And then people start to get used to what I was doing. And so
Right.
they came back and started watching that. They watched Geo's vlogs. And on Team Build with Geo, all I do, I go live on that channel, and I do playlist buddies for about
Mm-hmm.
an hour, and then I do drop them shorts for about
Okay.
an hour and a half.
Okay.
And sometimes I do a series over there, like how to
Mm-hmm.
be a leader. and I'll do a series where I just drop videos once a week. A tip, like I do the business tips. Tip number one,
Okay.
I do leadership number one, leadership number two. Just telling people how to be a good leader if that's your lane.
Right.
Because
Right.
being a leader is not
It's a lot.
everybody's lane.
Right.
You
But
can be a, yeah,
do you agree that some people are just natural born leaders?
yeah,
Yeah, I think so too.
yeah,
Cause
because I am, because I did not want to be no leader, because I already know what coming up in my family, my daddy told me, you are the leader. I said, I ain't no leader. He said, you're going to do great things. I said, no, I'm not. I said, I just want to do for me. You know what
right.
I'm saying? And as
So
I got
where do you fall in the? Are you the oldest?
second oldest,
Okay.
but as I got older, I mean, as I start to grow up in my 20s, and I could
Mhm.
tell whatever job I got, I was good at it. I mean, you know how other people have to really strive to be good at something? Well, not
Right.
Jill. I was just good at it
See, that's
because
what I'm talking about. That's
it,
what I'm talking about. Know your worth. You like, I'm good.
yeah, I was just good. And I would always, my father would say, give it 110%. And the
Right.
reason, I'm going to tell y'all the reason he told us that. Because
Uh-huh.
I always said, why? He said, I don't want to work no 110%. Just give me 100%, give me a paycheck, right?
right.
So, but as I got older,
Mm-hmm.
got these jobs and started working with all different nationalities and
Right.
found out about racism and how
Okay.
it works in the workplace and
Yeah.
how people look at you. Oh, you're this color, you're that color, so you can't do this, you can't do that. I understood. I used to go back. I said, Daddy, now I understand why you said do
Right.
110%. That I
Right.
had to be better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's almost like you have to be better just to consider to be average compared.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have to give it to myself. I did make quite a bit of money in corporate. Okay, not as much as I should have been making, but
Okay.
I was okay. I could take care of my child, and I had
Mm-hmm.
a nice apartment. I always had nice cars and stuff like that. But that's not what I wanted. My
Right.
focus. Now listen, we're getting back to focus now. My
Mm.
focus was to go to sleep when I wanted to and get up when I get up, there was money in the email. Okay,
That's
that's what
what I'm talking about.
that's
Make money while you sleep.
yeah. And I got that from my dad because my dad never worked for anybody; he worked for himself.
Okay.
He always taught the boys how to
Uh-huh.
be. So my father was one of the best mechanics in our community.
And everybody needs one. A good
Everybody came to him to fix the
one.
cars and stuff.
Hey,
So
Marlene. Just speaking to Marlene, she said she just shared us out. Thank you.
hey, and so when he used to tell the boys to, show them how to work on cars. I want y'all to work on these cars and learn because when you get up and up out my house, I want you to have and I want you to be able to take care of your family and your children.
right.
And I used to hide behind the car listening because I wanted to see what I needed to do to have my own business. I was
Right.
about 7 years old. And I
Okay.
used to do that. And I used to do that all the way up to I think I was 10. And so one
Uh-huh.
day, Daddy was in the house sitting on the couch, and I said, Hey, Daddy. He said, oh, what do you want? You always gonna ask questions, blah, blah, this. I say, I heard you telling the boys how to have a business and to take care of their children. I said, Well, what do the girls do? He
Right.
talked about, well, y'all have to find y'all a husband and let him take care of y'all and have as many children as he wants. I said, child, I ain't having no 8 kids and I don't want no husband because I want my own money. I said, one day, Dad, I'm gonna have my own business. You watch and see. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
He told, well, it's a man's world. I said, I don't care what kind of world it is. Watch your mouth. I was a smarty. And
Somehow I can see that.
And so after that, I just didn't even try to hide behind the car no more. I just walk straight up there and listen.
Like, what y'all talking about?
Yeah, and so that I got a lot of learning how to do certain things and from my dad, and you know,
Okay.
and listening to him tell my brothers what to do. That it instilled in me. So any type of job that I got, I was grateful that God gave me the job and stuff, and I had
Mm-hmm.
enough money to take care of my family. But my focus was that darn I mean, working for myself. Deep
Right.
down, my focus was that, and I never let go of it. You know,
Right.
I know. I said, you know what? When my daughter get like in the 12th grade, I'm finna cut this job loose. So what I had to do was focus on
Mm,
what I needed to do to walk away. So what I did was I got mentors in my life, and they said, she said, baby, you're gonna need about $10,000 or $15,000 to walk away, so that when you walk away, you can have money for your rent for 2 years. You can pay your car
mm-hmm.
note for 2 years. You know, back then wasn't a lot of money like it is now, and
Gotcha.
and insurance for your car, and then you got to have insurance for you and your baby. I said, because she gonna be working, you know, because she be 18. So anyway, I did all of that. And it was hard. It was a journey. And the way
Mm,
that I kept my focus on not going out eating, not
yeah.
buying name brand clothes, and not doing this and that, and but just putting my money in I had to focus on my dream.
Right.
So you have to focus. You have to do the things that's going to get you there. If you lose your focus, you're not going to make it there. So it's every night when I felt like I just wanted to, come on, Cicely. My daughter's name is Cicely. Come on,
Mhm.
Cicely, let's go out to eat. I had to not do that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I had to get on my knees and say, God help me. Okay.
Show that restraint.
Yeah, I had to pray for strength. You know, I had to learn all of these positive things. And during that time, I was in therapy. So
Mm-hmm.
that helped me too.
Right.
Okay. That, and I would tell my uh, therapist what I was feeling. She said, get your book out and journal about it. By the time I got through journaling, writing, Dear God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit, all of that was gone. And I was back focused on saving that 10K.
Okay.
So you
So
got to go ahead.
let me ask you this. You said your brothers were being schooled by your dad. Did they take on that entrepreneurship that he had? Did it
All
rub
three of
off on them as well?
yes,
Okay.
all three of them had their own mechanic shops.
Okay.
One still does. One of my brothers passed away, and the
Okay.
other one had a major stroke. So, but
Mm-hmm.
my baby brother Joe Nathan always have had his mechanic shop.
Okay. Now, are
Mm.
you the only girl?
No, it's I have but me, Beverly, Annette, Doris,
Ooh.
and Darlene. It's four of us. It's five girls.
Okay.
We had a big family, three boys and five girls.
And see, I asked you that because I'm the only girl. I'm the oldest, and I'm the only girl. So of course, I they didn't even have to tell me I was gonna have to be the responsible one. It just kind of fell in my lap.
Right.
So it is what it is. So let me ask you this. Okay, so you told us how you stay focused and you give us some good tips. I kind of jotted down. Mentorship is a big part of it. Find a good mentor. Organization is another big part of it. What is the biggest challenge on staying focused? What is your biggest challenge?
When I get a call on the
Okay.
phone from one of my family members that want me to, and of course
Okay.
I really that kind of well, I can stay on the phone for hours. Okay, this is just with my family. I don't do
Okay.
this with
Okay.
anybody else because, like, if okay, what this is what they like to do. They gonna kill me, but I'm gonna tell it. They like to get on WhatsApp and face to face, and we all
Right.
four of us be on there. We be talking about folks and this and that, or like when you get ready to have a family reunion, and
Hmm.
people be trying not to pay their money and
Right.
You know, all the stuff that come with a family reunion. Girl, I be on the phone with them for hours on WhatsApp. And my phone run out of juice, and here I am putting the car. And then the next thing I know, it's 4 hours that I ain't did no video. So that makes me have
Right.
to stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning, but I get it done. You
Okay.
know, that's not, and actually that's about it because I'm not. I stay focused
Okay.
because that is a tool that I have
Mhm.
picked up and that I have practiced. That if I want some ching ching coming in, if I want some money falling down, I gotta stay focused. And the
Right.
only time I get unfocused is when something happens in the family and I got to get the tea, like Marlene say.
And I imagine with it being four girls, y'all are forever. Me now. I will say this: I have three brothers. The youngest two, the twins, are like 8 years younger than me. So
Mhm.
I was more like big sister to them. So our relationship is not like my brother that's right next to me. He's 2 years behind me. We're like buddies, and we're like that too. We'll get on the phone, and he'll call me at 5 o'clock. It'll be 9 o'clock, and we're still
That's what I'm
talking. And
saying.
it's like it's
Right,
organic. Like the conversation just turns from this to this to this. It's so bad to the point that sometimes when I see him calling, I'm like, not today. I can't do it today.
right, right. Because and sometimes when my sister Marie calls, she just like to call just to say hi, and she just tell me what's happening in her life, and I'm right in the middle of HTML and trying to
Mhm.
get my video together. Sometimes I see her name on my phone, and I just have to answer it because I just want to make sure she's okay. And then
Right,
as soon as she get to talking, I say, Marie, I got to call you back. I have to finish this, or either I have to call a client. Anything. You know what I'm saying?
right,
As long as I know
right.
she's okay, I'll make an excuse, then I go back to what I'm doing. But that doesn't happen that often. But this is my thing. This is a learned behavior from
Right.
me. When I was in therapy, my therapist helped me a lot with staying focused. And then I
Hmm.
had some of the best mentors that you can ever find. They helped me stay focused. And the thing that I got from my mentors was if I didn't stay focused, I wasn't going to be able to do nothing. I
Okay.
wasn't going to be able to make no money. And that was my thing. I wanted to make money so that I could travel. That's my biggest why. Why am I doing this? Because I want to go places. I want to see stuff. So I stay focused, and I'm very focused today. Ask
Mm-hmm.
me.
Well,
I'm very
it
focused.
just seems like when you're so goal oriented that you can't see, you get tunnel vision.
What you say now? Say it again.
You're so goal oriented that you get tunnel vision. Like,
No, no.
yeah.
Well, listen. Sometimes when I'm working on something, I'm just like this. Bam. Until
Mm-hmm.
I finish it. When I finish it, I'm good. If the phone rings, my sister Marie, I'll talk to her. But
Right.
if it's something that I have a collaboration with, and I have told this person, yeah, I'm gonna make my video and I'm gonna have it up, such and such. I'm like this because I'm not gonna let you down.
Okay. And I have that mentality too. I was when I was talking to you on the phone the other day, we were kind of talking about. I was telling you some of my issues as far as like focus and stuff like that. But one thing I have always been a firm believer in is I do not like disappointment. I don't want you to disappoint me, and I'm not gonna disappoint you. So if you ask me to do something, I'm gonna say 10 times out of 10. If I say yes, I'm gonna do it. If I know at that point it's iffy, I'm gonna be like, I'm not gonna promise you, but I will try. But I hate when people say they're gonna do something and just completely flake out. So I'm with you on that. I don't if I tell you I'm gonna do it, you can count on me to do it, you know.
So, and let me go back to my notes here because I want to just read point one.
Okay.
About folks saying focus. You need to set limits for your internet use. Because, child,
Mm-hmm.
if I don't, when I go get up and I go to my first of all, I go to my own website. It's called City Penny Saver Ad Board, and it's a free ad board where you can put stuff on it. Okay,
What is it called again?
it's called citypennysaver.com.
Okay.
Okay, and it's a free ad board where people can put their businesses on it and stuff like that, and I advertise it. And I got that board because once you sign up and stuff like that, you on my list.
Okay.
So I send stuff to these people, like
Right.
my own businesses and stuff. That's why I bought that website. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So once I get up in the morning, I put that up. I open up my email. I see what's in there. There's something in there I need to take care of. I take care of it. Then I go to YouTube. Then I see how many comments I got on Boss Life Online. I see what I need to do on Geo's vlog. See the comments on there, answering back, watch videos. I do that the first 2 hours of the day because child, if I don't do it in the morning, it probably won't get done till the next morning. So, and then I do the same thing on Team Build with Geo. Okay.
Okay.
And then after that, I go and I look to see, okay, what premieres do I have coming up? And then I take my phone and I get the put the alarm on so that I won't forget to go to my own premieres.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm staying focused on what I need to do that day. But if I see a headline that I really want, I have to tell myself, don't you go do that. You're gonna be over there for an hour and you ain't gonna get none of this stuff done. Stay focused. Write it on your tablet. The last thing you do, I put the headline on my tablet. So when I get through with everything on the tablet, then I go read it. And I'll be glad I did because I'll be over there an hour. And then you know how it leads to this and this and this.
So that's another that brings another point. Routine. Having a routine.
Right. You have to have it falls on the organization.
Gotcha.
Yeah, a routine. If you have to have a routine of the things that you need to do every single day. Okay?
Well, you know what? Let me say this too. Now, this is a problem. A couple things. I'm the type of person that I'm routine on certain things. Like certain parts of my day are set in stone. I have the issue though that when a distraction does come up, and it doesn't have to be a negative distraction. I may have a doctor's appointment where I'm not used to having to clock in, start late. And it's like if anything out of that routine throws me off, it throws off my whole day. Do you ever have issues like that?
Yeah, you have to breathe.
Yeah.
It's like the post office called me. I'm child. The post office and me. I think it's a scam going on. So I didn't got the women, the post office man to call me, the top man, to tell me where my package is.
Okay.
And my CBD gummies. And I told that man, look, if I don't have my CBD gummies, I'm gonna be wild. And then I got to call the police. And then I got to call the inspector. Okay. He said, well, wait a minute, man. Well, let me find out from the carrier. I said, because it's a scam going on. Because this happened to me before, and I need you to fix it, sir.
Exactly.
He said he took my name, number, and said, I will be calling you back. Just don't call the police or the inspector until you hear from me. I said, okay, y'all need to give me my gummies. I said, because when you don't give me my gummies, this is the way I act, sir.
Right. You don't want to bring this out.
There was a distraction right before, I was coming on with you.
Okay.
So what I had to do was breathe. I said, God, look at here. I said, the devil is busy. I said, I got to go here and tell with Melissa, and we're going to be talking about focus. I said, so help me get focused in the name of Jesus. I am a precious child of God, and I'm getting ready to breathe this devil out. So I just, now it's time to start your day over, G. Let's do this. I let it go. You have to have ways.
Okay.
When you get a big distraction like that, you got to know what to do. And I learned all of this from my therapist. How to start my day over. And you have to find something that you believe in. Like I
Right.
believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. So I use that for a lot of things
Right.
because when nobody else was there, when I was in that tunnel was so black, all I
Mm-hmm.
did was call on the name of Jesus, like my mama said to do.
Right.
And this is who you see today, just because I said I surrender. I surrender, God.
That's a beautiful testimony.
And this is,
And it's true. It's so true.
yeah,
I feel the same way. Now I'm not gonna say I'm sitting on the front pew every Sunday, but I feel like my relationship with God is like solid. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I trust him to guide me on things. I trust him to give me that warning sign because there's plenty of times that I'll be like, Lord, just guide me on stuff, and he'll give me a little tap, and then he has to just sucker punch and be like, look now, you asked for a sign,
right. So
and I
you
have to take it from there.
right, and you start your day over. Once
Yeah,
you have prayed like that and breathe and stuff, you say, okay, now it's time. You have to let it go and believe that God is going to work that while you going to do what you're supposed to do.
right. Because I'm bad about like when my routine gets thrown off, it's almost like today is a wash. I ain't even gonna worry about today. We're gonna start over tomorrow.
Yeah,
But you can't always do that. And
right.
plus, with me being, I'm divorced, so it's just me and my daughter, and she's always watching me, and I forget sometimes that she's watching me. And even though I'm constantly encouraging her to do things, she ain't going by what I say. She going by what she sees. So
That's why you have to get into being focused so that
right,
she can grow up being focused and finishing one thing at a time.
yeah,
Because even in my notes, it said something about not multitasking. Okay, the second point is this: you have to exercise during your breaks. Say, for instance, you're on the job, or if you're working from home like yourself. Well, when it's you get a break, just go do like some exercises, or leg
I do
lift,
that.
whatever you gonna do, because they say that helps the brain.
Mm,
It releases stress and it makes you think better. When you take breaks, you do some sort of exercise. Point
okay.
three is make sure your workspace is organized. We already talked about that. If your workspace is all jittered up and cluttered, it is harder for our brain to focus as we are constantly seeing new things that need to be dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
I agree.
Point four, don't overload your brain with tasks before bedtime. Okay? If we spend our day doing things like studying for an exam or working out, then there is no reason why we should stop just because we are going to bed. If you have a hard time falling asleep at night, it might be because your brain is active. You know what I'm saying? Say if you steady thinking about stuff, oh, I got to do this tomorrow. Oh, I didn't get this done. Try doing something relaxing, such as reading or listening to calm music for about half an hour and get your mind like, off of all that stuff and go to bed because sleep is very important.
It is. It
If you
is.
if you don't have enough sleep, you're not going to stay focused the next day. And that's how come I take a nap every day.
Do you?
Yeah, that is one of my biggest
I've
things.
never been a napper. Not
See,
even in school when
that's
we were supposed to.
yeah. My father used to take a nap every day. Around about 1 o'clock, he said, "Oh, I'm tired. I'm going to take a nap." Then he get back up and go finish fixing the cars.
Yeah.
And I used
I just never been a nap person.
I'll take a nap in a minute. Okay, number five, set specific goals. Point number five, set specific goals for the week ahead and treat them like a deadline. I stay ahead of myself. I try to set stuff up to where like yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
What is today? Friday, Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
Monday. I worked on nothing but Boss Life Online. I got out next week's business tip.
Mhm.
Today I'm working on I got out, business tips and meditation. Okay. And then I'm gonna go live on Boss Life Online because I don't have a business person. Okay.
Right.
So
Marlene told me to get into naps because it will recharge you. I
yeah,
don't know,
it
Marlene.
does. It does. And some days I don't take a nap. It's according on how bad I got distracted with my sisters.
Tony said that's what I'm talking about, a good old nappy nap. Look, Tony believe in taking a nap because it's plenty of times we supposed to go live at like 6 or 7, and if I don't hear from him, he sleep.
Yeah, sit. Okay. And then point number 6, take breaks to eat and drink, but make them short ones.
Okay.
Like if you like when I get hungry, I don't say, oh, I just wait and let me finish this first. No, I get up, make my sandwich, I get a bottle of water, I eat
Mm,
it because if I eat a lot of carbs, forget it. I'm
right.
going to bed.
Yeah.
Carbs make you sleepy.
That's,
Okay.
I do know this.
Okay. Point 7, divide up your time wisely.
That's oh
So
that's so hard.
if you gonna make a video, I
Mm-hmm.
spend at least an hour on a video. If I, because I want it to be good and stuff. And then within that hour, that's my publishing and then uploading.
Okay.
Okay, that's why I do it real early, you know, a week before because that's how I like to do. Okay, it says
Mm-hmm.
here we have a lot of things to do. It can be tempting to try and cram everything into one day or evening, and you can't do that. Whatever
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do for Boss Life Online, and it's Tuesday morning, that's the first thing I do
Okay.
is finish it. Then I'm done. Then I can start on what I do for Tuesday. And then I
Okay.
have a day where I don't do nothing.
You
I,
actually are you're able to fit that in?
yeah, I do nothing. That's on Saturdays. I do,
Okay.
if I do anything, it's going to be going to other people's lives and supporting
Okay.
them and stuff like that. But you have to have a day to yourself where you don't have to work that hard. If
Mm-hmm.
you're a good organizer and you're staying focused on the task, then you can have a day off.
Okay. You're giving me some really good things to think about because and I hope people outside working, I hope that's not drowning me out too bad. But these are like some good things to think about because one of the questions of my last question was going to be name something small that people probably don't think about that you can do. And when for me, I took the whole clear your desk thing because that's something people won't think anything about, but that's something that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, you say name something small. So what do you say yours was?
No, I got from you clearing your desk,
Oh yeah.
minimizing the crap on your desk. That's something I hadn't thought about that I think is really good. So what else do you do?
To something really small.
Yeah, like some little change that people can make to help themselves stay focused.
They need to just to say they gonna do it. I mean, you can't. First of all, you need
That's
to
a big thing.
what say you gonna do it.
Yes.
If you don't make up in your mind that you're gonna stay focused and get everything done, then
You know,
it's
yeah.
no small thing to do.
Yeah.
First of all, you got to get focused. Like, let me tell you this. Go
Okay.
on the job and don't do nothing because you're not focused. Just halfway do your job. What do you think they're gonna do with you? They're gonna call your butt up in that supervisor office and wear you out and tell you to get focused and do your job, right? That's what
Mhm.
it takes when you work for yourself. That's what it takes when you have a family, children, and everything else, wife, all of this stuff that comes in there. You have to find an hour
Mhm.
for yourself to get focused and to do what you're gonna do for your channel.
Right.
If you cannot find an hour, find 30 minutes.
Okay.
30 minutes to an hour. You understand what I'm saying? And most of the time, I hear a lot of women on here say they have to wait until their kids are asleep, and then they can edit a video,
Okay.
and then they can do this and they can do that. But I always tell people, if you have children, especially younger ones, and you have a husband and you got a job and all the other stuff that you have in your life, you cannot do what I do.
True.
Everybody would say, "Oh, I want to be like Jill." Yeah, but Jill went through. I didn't have but one child, and I don't have no husband, and don't want one. Really, kind of. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I don't know. He got to be the right one on the same level as me. I ain't gonna put that out there right now because I'm not settling. Okay,
Right.
but what I'm saying is, when you have all of that, you can, if you can have two channels, and you have to be very, very organized.
Right.
Very organized. If you got all of that going and you got two channels, that's good if you can handle that. See, I work for myself. I have a home business. Actually, I got paparazzi, my econ, and CTFO. I work them all. Okay.
Right.
That's because I can stay up late if I want to. I can sleep late if I don't have to cook. I ain't got to do none of that.
Right.
That's how I stay. I can handle what I handle. But if I was not organized, if I had not have had therapy and learned how to put positive thoughts in my mind, if I didn't know what I was worth, if I didn't know what my why was, you understand what I'm saying? I couldn't do all of this. I'd just be in the bed watching TV, getting fat.
Yeah.
Okay, you see, so you have to put all these things together. And I guess what I'm saying is that, I don't know what small thing a person can do other than the smallest thing I know to tell you to do is to pray and ask God to help you get focused, and then believe that He's going to do that.
Right.
Then keep your desk clean.
Okay.
Keep distractions out of your day as much as possible. Now, life will throw you curves,
Right.
and you can't help that. But at some point in time, you got to come back and get focused. But if you got a lot of things going on in your life and you're trying to run 2 or 3 channels, then you need to make sure that you dedicate some time in your life to stay focused to get what's going on. And see, a lot of people will stay focused for 2 days and just give up.
Right.
And you're not going to make no money doing that.
Yeah.
When I join any business, first of all, I have to see how it's gonna. I want to make some coins from it, right? But I don't quit because I didn't make no money that first month.
And that's something you really have to think about too. It's not gonna be instant gratification all the time.
You gotta work it. And you gotta let people know what you have in your hand. And you have to put that thing in the front of people a lot.
True.
Look how long it took me to come on. You see what I'm saying? So I think like that,
Okay.
It's gonna keep talking about CTFO, keep talking about paparazzi, keep talking about somebody. All I'm looking for is 3 or 4 people that can start my group. That's it. I ain't looking. Of course, in my CTFO, I have thousands on my first level, but all of them don't do nothing.
Right.
But that 7 or 8 that do, baby, look here. Okay, so all I'm looking for is that's my focus.
Right.
I don't think outside of that, because if I think about, I'm gonna need 500 people, I'm gonna need 10.
You'll get discouraged before you get started.
That's a distraction. Your mind is distracting you. But
Right.
if you keep it in focus like this, is I only need 4 or 5 people. You gonna keep going.
Well, that's one of the things that I appreciate about the business, that, this whole channel is focused around my home-based business. And all I have to put into it is 2 or 3 good hours a week, of promoting and sharing. And then, the rest of it kind of takes care of itself. So it's good to have, if you're doing a home-based business, something that when you do have a family, husband, full-time job, something that you can fit in that's doable. Because I'm a firm believer in not biting off more than I can chew. Because it's funny, I was telling my daughter the other day, I said, look, your last name may not be King, but you a king now. We're not quitters. I said, we don't quit stuff. I said, now we don't start a lot of stuff, but once we start, we don't quit. We keep it going till we finish. And she started laughing, and I'm like, I'm serious. Once I try not to take on too much, because if you have that personality where everything goes haywire, you'll just walk away from it and just be like, forget.
Mm-hmm. See,
So,
you have to know who you are too.
right,
And sometimes some people don't know that they have this gift and that gift until they meet the right person in
right,
their lives, And I did not know that I had a lot of my gifts because my mentors saw something in me that I did not see.
okay,
you know they
yeah,
saw in me that I was a leader, and I'm like, well, I've been knowing that from my daddy. And so once I just accepted that role, that's when I was able to walk away from that job I had. And I
yeah,
have not worked for anybody. I think this is my 18th year.
wow,
I don't have time. Girl, if they ask me, I'm gonna tell you, I have nothing against a job, nothing.
right,
If I had to, y'all, I would go get a job if I had to.
mm-hmm.
First time somebody say something to me out of order, I know what I'm gonna do. Get my purse
Right,
and leave. I ain't gonna even tell them bye.
you just
Just
go.
get my purse and hit the door, catch the bus, lift, or whatever I got to do, and go home and not answer the phone. This is now when I think about that, y'all, I get real focused on
Right,
home business because I'm
yeah,
not going back out there. I've been in corporate and I know how it is for women and women
yeah,
of color.
yeah,
I'm not going back to all of that nonsense and stuff when I can do it for myself. And so my focus is whenever I think about, child, it's too hard and ain't nobody jump, I think about corporate.
and
I,
clocking in.
I think about that day I got called into the office and saying that I did this and that. And I'm like, I don't even know what y'all talking about. When was I supposed to do this?
Mm-hmm.
That when it came across your desk, I said, no, ma'am, it did not come across my desk. Whoever told you that is lying. Well,
Mm-hmm.
you need not talk like that and watch your mouth. I said, well, look, I can do something way better than that, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? I can just quit. No, we don't want you to quit. We don't want you. So I wound up staying another year there because
Okay.
I needed to stay to make that 10K.
Right.
But I
Right.
was mad that day. And so I just
Mhm.
never said anything else about it. I just stayed focused. I got real focused on that 10K. So whenever I think about I can't do this, or people ain't joining me, or,
Mhm.
ain't nobody watching my videos. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm losing subscribers. I think about that incident and I think, oh no, it's gotta be a way.
Right.
Then that's when the leadership come out. That's when God start downloading stuff in my mind to do to help myself get to where I need to go in YouTube. Okay, and any other thing, all I got to do is think of that one thing.
Mhm.
So I'm not going back to corporate. I mean, if I have to, I will. But
Right.
it ain't. I already know I ain't gonna last but one day. Ain't no sense in me going back. Because as soon as one of them youngsters tell me some mess, you know what
I'm out.
I'm saying? This is my first step. So this is why I work hard and I stay focused on the job every day. Because
Well, Chia, thank you so much for coming through and sharing all this good stuff with us today. Now, this can't be your last time coming through because you obviously have a wealth of knowledge. And I'm one of them people, as long as you telling me something that can benefit me, I can sit here and listen and ask questions all day. I'm extremely inquisitive. So when I start getting on your nerves, just go and tell me, look, man, I got 5 other shows I'm working on. But I would love to have you come back because, like I said, I'm trying to branch out more and do some different things this year. And you just have so much knowledge. I appreciate you coming on with us today.
Yeah. And so, like I just like to tell everybody, yes, I have 3 home businesses. Yes, I love my home businesses. One of them is my econ. I just got in there and I'm on Melissa's team.
Yeah.
And Tony Clopton somewhere up in there. Anyway, we all are here and we're gonna make money and we would love for you to join us. Okay.
Exactly.
So with that said, I'm gonna hand it back over to Melissa and thank you so much for having me, Melissa.
Oh, you're welcome. And let me get back. Speaking of 9 to 5, I was on my lunch break. My hour is up. So I'm gonna jump back over here and do what I have to do so I can get to a point where I'm doing what you do and
Yeah,
not work for nobody.
yeah.
So thank you again for coming and hopefully I'll see you again soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.